Today, we will teach students in a rich and poor school. Now we are in a very modern and advanced school. There is a very detailed geographical map hanging behind me. Our first lesson will be to study with children what is on this map. Now, I'm going to start explaining what animals live on different continents. It's time now to call one of the students and test his knowledge. Come to me faster.
Uh-oh.
I really want to know what you remember now.
It's a lion. He lives where it's warm and very often growls.
Good! You're saying everything right. Indeed, it is a lion, and he is the king of beasts. Therefore, I think that you answered everything very well. Well done. Here's your reward. You can go back to your desk. Now I will continue our lesson and explain a new topic. So listen carefully. Open your textbooks and write them down. This is very important to know. Now we will study the next animal. This is a very rare bird. Come out next to the board. Please tell me what I'm showing you on the board right now. What kind of animal is this and where does it live? Just think carefully. I need the right answer.
It's a toucan bird. She lives in the jungle and eats fruits. She has a very beautiful beak. This is a rare bird species.
Indeed, you are saying everything right now. I think that you remembered everything very well.
Oh!
I do not know who it is that you are pointing at. I have never seen it.
Then sit down at your desk. I can't give you a good grade because you haven't prepared at all. Next time, come to class with more knowledge.
Our lesson starts now. Our school is very old and not very good. Oh! But I will try to teach the students as best I can now. So now everyone take pens and notebooks. You have to write down everything that I'm going to tell you. Listen to me carefully. In no case be distracted. Pay attention to the words that are now on the board. I said stop being distracted. If you know everything, go quickly to the board. Tell me what that word is. Read it to me, because I have to evaluate your knowledge.
I don't know. I can't read.
Are you kidding me right now? I don't understand if you really don't have anything in your head. You can't even read a short word elementary. You're making me very angry right now. That's why I'm going to throw eggs at you now because you're a very bad student. No one has ever made me so angry.
Let me go to my desk. I will not read these words.
Oh! You made me very angry, but no, I'm not going to tolerate this kind of attitude anymore. Therefore, you will now regret very much that you absolutely do not want to study and constantly prevent the class from gaining knowledge.
Now I'm running to a bad school to Mikey. I'll see how he teaches his children. It is very important for me to find out how his class succeeds in knowledge. Oh no! Mikey, what are you doing now? Stop it! Why are you hitting a child? You're all right with your head now. Come to your senses. These are very bad things.
But he doesn't want to study at all. What was I supposed to do with him? I'm not going to just look at how they constantly disrupt my lesson and prevent me from explaining it correctly. He went to the blackboard and couldn't read the usual light phrase. That's why I think I did everything right.
Stop treating children like that. Therefore, now we are finishing our lesson and let's go to physical education soon. They must meet all the standards according to our educational program. Let's start the physical education lesson. My class will start first. Now I will keep an eye on them from above as they pass the tests. So now everyone get ready and be careful. No one should get hurt. Therefore, go through the obstacle course very carefully. Whoever comes running first will get an excellent grade. Now I see that they are very motivated and want to start as soon as possible. So I take off and start watching them run. I am very interested in the fact that one of them is already starting to run through the maze and he breaks away from the rest. But the most important thing for us now is for my class to act together and support each other during the passage. They still have to go through the pool and many other tests. That's why I'm watching my kids now. Let's hurry up. I am sure that you will definitely be able to run through this obstacle course very quickly. The main thing is that I don't want any of you to get hurt. Now, one of the students is running faster than the others. He has lost very far. Therefore, it remains to wait and see when he runs to the finish line.
Uh-oh.
I have no doubt that they will be able to overcome a huge number of obstacles on this obstacle course. Everything is going well for us now, but some students can't run because they fall into traps and can't get out of there. My class is the best. The last test remains. Run quickly. You can now beat the record set by the previous students, and it will be a real achievement.
Uh-oh.
Now, one of my students is already crossing the finish line, and he gets an excellent grade. I am proud of you. So now I'm coming down to you, and we'll discuss whether you like the lesson.
Teacher, I won!
You did a great job. I am very proud that I teach such wonderful students like you. Therefore, everyone will get good grades now, and the one who ran first gets excellent. So now you can relax and have fun, because Mikey's class is about to run along this obstacle course. Everyone is very interested to see how they will cope with this challenge.
My class is ready to run. It's time now to see how my class will cope in physical education. Students, I hope that you can beat the JJ class, because it's very important. We must not lose in any case. So now I will be watching you from above. Just be careful. My friend's class is laughing at you very hard right now. You must not let me down, including yourself.
Oh!
So now I'm starting to fly up and see how your test goes. You will definitely succeed. The main thing is not to panic and run to where you need to go. Now I see that our class is already starting to run. I absolutely do not understand why they take so long to pass the tests with the maze. My students are very stupid, and it is very difficult for them to pass this test. I'm trying to guide them now, but they constantly waste a lot of time on each of the tests. I hope that none of them will get hurt, but I am very angry that they are very far behind the JJ class. I don't understand how he managed to train his students so well so that they could run through these tests so quickly. Now my students are already crossing the water and moving on to the next challenge.
Oh!
I hope that they will cope as soon as possible because I don't want to lose this time. We bet that our class is better. So now my students are trying to run forward. They can't do anything, it's just starting to piss me off. I don't understand what this is about. Most likely they just don't know how to do anything. I already doubt that they will be able to overtake the JJ class. Now I will try to guide them to the finish line. I hope that they will at least get there. I'm very upset right now. Now it's time for them to take the test with the web. I see that they have already stuck there and spent a huge amount of time. It seems to me that the rival class is laughing at us now because they have already reached the finish line at this stage. My students are doing very poorly in physical education right now. Therefore, I will give everyone very bad grades. You can't treat this case so badly because we have to take a responsible approach to every moment.
Oh!
Now, at the moment, you need to get ready and run to the finish line as soon as possible. Be careful because the next test is related to the pits. I still don't understand how it happens because they can't even pass the pistons. This is very bad because we are very far behind in time and still lose in physical education. Oh! Now I have to scold my students because they are completely unable to cope with the tasks that I have set them. Now one of them is running to the finish line and we lost very badly. I'm not going to tolerate such actions from my students anymore. I will teach them much better next time. We must not allow this to happen again next time. I don't need this shame anymore. My class has lost. Oh!
Did you like the way we ran?
It's better not to say anything at all right now. You made me very angry because you got to the finish line very late. Because of this, our class was recognized as the worst. Next week in physical education, you will run all day on this obstacle course. Our lesson is over now. I'm not going to explain anything to you anymore because I'm very disappointed. Oh!
Oh, we are now starting the entrance exam. Therefore, we will now check each of our students. I've already done the lesson. Now I will call the map and they will explain to me what they see there. I hope that you agree that I'm going to teach such a lesson now. I want to test the knowledge of your students.
I think that they will cope because I taught them very well. They will surely be able to answer all your questions. But I still don't understand what you want to show and explain to them. Call the first one as soon as possible and we'll see how he copes. They're showing you who the animal is on the map right now.
It's a seagull. Well, now I'm afraid to answer you because suddenly it's wrong.
Everything is fine. Why are you worried? You've already learned a lot in my class, and this is really the right answer. Therefore, I will give you a reward now, and you can run back. I think that you answered very well, and next time, you will definitely answer all the questions that I will ask you.
It turns out that you are giving your students encouragement for responding very well. This is a very unusual approach. I have never done anything like this, and I thought that students should not receive it. Woohoo! I'm surprised that he answered you in such detail. And well, I'm really not ashamed of what he said. Now call your student.
Come next to the board. Now we will test you in the same way as the previous one. Mikey, can I just ask you, please don't bother us. Please tell me what kind of animal it is and where it lives. I want to hear the full answer from you, and after that, I will rate it.
You just pointed at a dolphin. He lives in the ocean.
Oh, this is a very good answer. You did a great job. Now tell me what kind of animal it is. The main thing is to think well before answering.
It's a walrus. He lives in icy water.
Huh?
Your students answer very well. You've decided to encourage them now too. I think that this approach is very good because they really respond much better than at my school. How do you manage to teach all the students you have here so easily? Call my student again now.
I don't know anything.
Wait, why don't you give me an answer right away? Let's show you another animal now. Perhaps you know him, then we will give you a very good rating and give you a lot of pleasant things. The main thing is not to be afraid of your teacher. Everything will be fine. No one will hurt you.
I really don't know anything.
I told you that there are some students who are just incredibly hard to teach. They completely defy preparation and only spoil everything. Therefore, I suggest you switch to the next lesson now.
Uh-oh. Now, watch what we have on the board. There is a word there, but the letter is missing. You will have to choose the right one. Therefore, now Mikey's student is the first to go to the blackboard, and we'll see how he copes with this task. There is nothing complicated. The main thing is just thinking everything will be fine.
Answer me quickly. I don't understand why you're not talking right now. Here, everything is very simple. Put a letter, and that's it. You don't need to do anything. I don't want to disappoint you once again, so try to do everything as you are asked. Once again, he doesn't know anything. I'm upset.
Indeed, this student does not know anything. Unfortunately, I can't rate it properly. So, Mikey, don't be offended, but this is a bad assessment. I'm going to come up to you now and tell you honestly that this student does not want to study at all. I can't do anything about it. So now I'm going to invite my own. Let's see how he copes with this task.
Please tell us which letter to substitute. I hope that you will answer this question correctly, because my student turned out to be very bad and couldn't give a normal answer at all. So let's see now how your teacher taught you and what grade you'll get.
I think you need to put the letter E here. The word bear will turn out.
Uh-oh. You did a great job. You have no idea how proud I am of you right now. You gave a completely correct answer, and therefore, you get a very good grade. You completed the task perfectly. So now Mikey and I have conferred together and will give you more pleasant rewards. Go to your desk. Now, we are starting the next lesson. We will need to plant trees and see how each of you can cope. Now there is a special wall and you will not build on different sides. We will soon find out what the results are. Therefore, now every student takes materials and goes to build a tree. Mine agreed first.
Oh!
I hope at least my class won't let me down in this labor lesson, because I've never been so ashamed. I am really very upset about all this. I hope that this time my students will be able to make the tree right, and it will look beautiful.
I don't understand why you're so worried right now. Everything is going very well for us. It's just lessons and children are learning. There's nothing wrong with that. Everyone makes mistakes, and that's why now we will look from the outside as each student tries to recreate the tree. I think my class will be much better. Mikey, you don't have enough education to teach kids.
What a horror! You're kidding me right now. I was looking at that tree that your student made. It really turned out to be an incredibly beautiful tree. I want to praise them. They are great fellows. Now it's time to make a tree for my student. I hope that he will succeed.
Now your student is starting to build a tree. We will look at it from the outside and then evaluate it. I think that he should do well with this task because it is not so difficult. My student was able to complete it in a very short time. It seems to me now that he is doing something wrong.
Oh,
I have no words. Everything is once again very bad, and he is completely unable to cope with his duties. He is building a tree very crookedly, and it is already starting to look very bad. I am very upset that I have such students. I can't look at all this anymore. Therefore, it is necessary to stop its work.
It turned out to be inconvenient. The student completely failed in his task and is now going to get a very bad grade. Most likely, Mikey will be very offended by him and will scold him once again. Mikey, please don't get too mad at him. If you want, I'll give you a part of the reward too.
Of course, come on! I will be very glad if I have a few diamonds in my pocket now. I will no longer pay attention to the poor results of my students. I suggest we end our confrontation between the poor and the rich school now. I think it's clear to everyone that JJ won.
That's how our incredible story ended. Thank you all so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel, like it, and leave your comments.